Soul Garden.
Hello, Your Royal Majesties, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Update. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your host to the universe. And a happy announcement, Carolyn Nagel's Moon Goddess monthly videos are available for immediate download. These are based on your moon sign if you don't know. And if you don't know your moon sign, we'll help you there too. Just text Moon Goddess to 96362 and she'll get back to you as soon as she can. But these are designed to give you a full month kind of preview of your emotional swings based on your natal moon. So tell me what you think. They're less than $4. They're totally worth it. And Nikki Bright is starting her class, The Artist Shui, this Thursday. And she wanted me to tell you she's got a new video up on Soulmart that gets a little deeper. It's an open house she did that she recorded last week. So check out Nikki. She's got a great class if you want to jump into the inner child, which is what you are supposed to be best at. So any Leos, this is a perfect thing to jump into your heart chakra. Now, for the Leos, we are going to clear up a 2.5-year transit of mind games where the Royal Majesty has talked itself out of being royal. And this isn't an effort to be fair. This is an effort to be humble. But a lot of times, Leos are overly fair, overly humble because they don't have their soul capital intact or other things in life intact. And so your mind goes way back and forth. But the mind is here for one thing, to serve the inner king or queen. That's it. That's all it's here. It's just a smart ass that works for the inner king or queen. All right? And our ego is just a dumbass that works for the inner king or queen. So we are working on the smart ass, the relationship to your mind, your processor, your co-processor, the Gemini part of yourself, but actually in your case, the Libra part of yourself. Let's look at the transit. This is the I give, I receive energy, and for Leos, all they're giving and receiving, you may think comes from the heart, but it actually comes from their mind. Their mind is what decides what their heart will give or not give. So with mind, this comes at the very beginning of your thought process. Do your thoughts serve you or don't serve you? This was the beginning of the transit, just cleaning out your thoughts, getting in control of your mind in a very simple way and not giving energy to negative thinking. Then comes in comparison, the way we compare things. This is where you're always comparing yourself to others, comparing yourself to anything outside of yourself. This is where comparison goes wrong. This is where Leos go wrong. This is where Leos talk themselves out of loving themselves because they're comparing outside, not comparing to loves within. Does that make sense? So this week, you're going to get down the comparison. You're going to commit to a comparison philosophy, and that's going to shift into the master shui of this lesson, which is attitude, allowing emotions to mix with your comparative strategy, and that becomes attitude. And you need to be within a certain attitude to pull off the magic, really. All right. So on Sunday when we cross over, I'm now crossing over the horoscopes on Sunday with overlap, Mercury rules the day and it's a cloudy day, and with the moon in Cancer, emotions are focused on inner faith. So cloudy and private, searching for emotional inner faith, I think for the Leos. Looking at the planets, we have that yod that I brought up in the last horoscope on the overlap. This yod pulling or pointing towards a new belief. And the way I read this is this. Venus in Virgo, which is you feeling what you're worth, and I do believe that you feel what you're worth, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Mercury in Scorpio, which is a new day. You are so ready to take care of yourself. You really are ready to take care of you first, which is a huge step. Well, that desire to take care of yourself, that belief that you know what you're worth, this is what allows you to innovate your belief. In other words, perhaps it will happen a different way than you thought, or along a different path than you once thought. The belief might be a little different, is what it's saying on this day. Then on Monday, Venus rules the day, but it's still a spiritual day for the Leos. The moon is in Cancer still, so emotions are focused on emotional inner faith and getting your emotions behind your faith in yourself, so that's part of the work. The sun is ruled by Libra, or Venus, so it's a day of pure Libra energy. It's a day to really restore balance in your mind. So you want to use that emotional grounding or spiritual grounding to set the tone for your mind and your thoughts. Your thoughts must reflect your inner Buddha peace. Okay, that's what you're working on. Now looking at the planets, one thing I want to highlight is Mars in Sagittarius now at 1 degree. This means the universe is giving you masculine, aggressive, testosterone energy to pursue your dreams. You're going to feel a new booster shot to follow your dreams. Thank Goddess. And this is really what's meant to drive the horse and chariot, to pull you out of the wrong attitude, to pull you into self-nurturing, your dreams coming true, the inner prince or princess getting what he or she wants. So allow that Mars, that dreaming side of you, to pull you out of the muck. It's there for a reason. Then on Tuesday, a crazy, passionate, partly cloudy, and then sunny day. Neptune rules the day, so it's an intuitive day. It's a very spiritual day. It's really a test of emotional faith. There's a jumping point, I think, for the Leos on the inside. After this jumping point, the universe pays you off dearly with a soul pyramid and fire. This is a passionate grand trine, which unites your ego confidence. So the sun comes out and you start to feel confident again. That is united with Mars in Sag, your dreams coming true. And so dreams coming true and confidence allows you to, again, innovate what you believe, the way you believe you thought it would work. So the universe is probably surprising you with how things manifest, and this grand trine is part of it. Another interesting aspect of this is this trine comes to a head between Jupiter and the sun. For a long time, trying to define yourself in the world. That has stopped now. You've done enough defining. We're going to backtrack now and fill in the gaps. And so this new mental attitude, you don't have to be everything in the world now to have a good attitude about things are going your way. So breaking free from that imprisonment spiritually. And then this other trine from Venus and Virgo over to Pluto in Capricorn, which says, and this is at an exact 7 degree on Tuesday as well. Lots of perfect trines on this day. It's just Trine Tuesday. But this trine goes from knowing what you're worth and really starting to feel your life changing, starting to feel a reflection of your worth in your daily life. So that's exciting and some concrete evidence. So Tuesday, a very good day. Wednesday, sunny and cool again. The moon is in your sign. Saturn rules the day. You're feeling sharp. You know, basically using your intuition and pointing your mind toward the right attitude. This is a day where you're going to basically decide and commit to an attitude. And an attitude is based on the way you're always going to compare things. And if you've been listening to your horoscope, the way you compare is based on what you love most. Never what you love versus anything in the world. All comparison is based on two loves within you, never anything without you. As soon as the queen starts comparing him or herself to the outer world, you lose your whole ability to stay fair. Because the fairness is based on your own focus of your heart, right? Your heart will tell you what's fair. Your mind is here to find that fairness in the world by comparison, but using you as the source whenever you have to pull in the outer world. Does that make sense? I think that's the new comparison policy. Now, looking at the planets, on this day of devoting to a comparison strategy, Mercury in Scorpio says you are simultaneously deciding and committing to a self-nurturing care. So this new attitude is intimately tied to treating yourself differently. It's not just an attitude, it's one that will feel different when it's executed. A very important clue from the planets. On Thursday, Mars rules the day, sunny and quite confident. The moon moves from ego into Virgo, so you're starting to feel your worth now. It's going from confidence to worth. I think Thursday's a very bright and sunny day. On this day, you want to take action on that new attitude. And for those of you who are messengers like myself on camera, or writers, or editors, or directors, or producers, or anything that's putting out a message, this might be a day of committing and acting on that new message, on that new book, whatever. So take action for those of you who are wired that way. Now, looking at the planets, I wanted to point out this alignment of planetary energy that's all devoted to us graduating this Libra transit. Excuse me. On the one hand, you have your ego confidence with the moon in Leo. Then you have Venus in Virgo. You own it. You know what you're worth. Then you have the sun now acting on a new attitude. Then you have Mercury saying, I am ready to draw lines for me. And then you have Mars saying, and let's go pursue our dreams. This is success, folks, especially if you have gotten out of your mind games and graduated the Libra 2.0 transit. So we're starting to feel the success on Thursday. Then comes Friday, which is also Love Fest Day, the most loving day of the month. The universe has come to refresh our wells, and Taurus rules the day. So we are squatting and we are manifesting. It's all a very sunny and valuable day. Now, the big Love Fest for you really happens with the pocketbook, I'm happy to say. Now, Love Fest comes down to the moon crossing Venus. Venus is the pumping agent of giving and receiving. Right now, it's giving and receiving to Leos to make money and get what they're worth on the planet. The moon crossing Venus means that your emotions catch up to that valuable feeling. So You now feel valuable. You know how our soul can be conflicted, where we know we're worth it, but we can't feel it. Not on this Love Fest day for the Leos. You are feeling it. By the way, Venus at 11 degrees is a very cosmic healing degree, like 1111. So this is further healing. This isn't just feeling it, but this is healing from a long race. This is healing from a long journey in the desert. This is a big healing and a big feeling of healing, I think, on this day. And then finally, this square between Jupiter and your self-esteem finally breaks. Jupiter, that force saying, I got to know exactly who I am in the world. No, you don't. So you finally can break away. You feel valuable enough. Who cares if you don't have a total game plan for the world thing? You can break away now because you feel valuable without having your whole social marketing plan online. So I think that's a big day there. Then on Saturn Day, we move into Master Shui, which is attitude. The moon is in Virgo, and so you are feeling your worth, you are feeling your self-confidence, and you are starting to feel a new attitude breaking. Now, attitude is when we can do the magic because we're not nitpicking on details. We're going with the flow of attitude and mind and thought all in one. So this is moving into the Master Shui. I just want to point out that the moon is just 48 hours away from Light Cast Day, which will be on Monday. So we are starting to break. Then on Overlap Sunday, Jupiter rules the day. You are sunny and quite clear. The moon now moves into Libra on countdown for Light Cast Day. This is allowing your emotions and your mind to come together. This is the beginning of the forging of the emotional, intellectual attitude that will allow you to do magic on the planet, right? With the planets, one thing worth pointing out is this big array and how Saturn has now clicked on Sunday to 1 degree Scorpio, which means you've got the blades of Saturn to do whatever it takes to take care of yourself, your emotional self. So how interesting that you feel empowered to take care of your emotional self just as you release your emotions to the free will of your mind. Okay, because that's what's happening. You're saying, my mind's no longer crazy. I'm going to trust my emotions to just run with it now. And so this is a big step for Leos because, you know, once your mind and your emotions get together, it is a powerful, powerful stardom that can happen. So this is really the final hiccup to your giddy up, if you will. One last interesting thing, Venus at 13 degrees in Virgo says this shift on Sunday leads to you really having concrete evidence in the material financial world of your new soul capital being born. So all good stuff going on this week, but primarily if you've been doing your homework with Saturn and Libra the last 2 years. All right, Your Royal Majesty, that's all we have for this week. I don't know if you noticed, but Wednesday nights, it's a Leo Love Fest, all Leo practitioners. So if you want to come just get advice with Leos, Wednesday nights is your night. Don't forget, Carolyn Nagel, who's a Leo, has those videos for download. And we have lots of people ready to help you step in your light at soulmart.me. All those good things and more. Okay, Leo, that's all I have. I'll see you in 7. Until then, live, love, be. What does it take to find love these days? What's your greatest strengths? How do you love? I'll tell you all the nuances about you, dating, what kind of gifts you want, what kind of marriage you want, what kind of person you want to live with and don't want to live with, and of course how you love, how you lust, what you're drawn after, who chases you, and your greatest lesson, which is often a weakness. Your birthday love and lust report has that answer. We'll reveal your secrets on video at secretsofbirthdays.com.